And this is another day of working on the house addition project. See Mitch and I running around doing all sorts of things today. Mitch is working mostly on the stairway. He is fitting the stringers. You can see above where I am working on the subfloor. These are some friends that came over to see what's going on with the project and say hi. It's a father and son team that works together installing floors, oak floors. So we are making some measurements here, making sure everything is the way we want it before we start really going to town on things. And you see I'm setting up a string line to see if everything is straight in line, and it is. So we're just kind of having a high-level discussion there, and now that we've got it figured out, I'm going to put up some more hangers. And I need to put the hangers on the face of the beams over the garage and entry door there. And then we'll put some truss joists in. And so while I'm nailing in hangers, you can see Mitch is working fitting. You see what Mitch is doing, he is putting what's called the thrust block in at the bottom of the steps, and that is a board that we put some concrete anchors in to hold the board there, and when you step on the board it prevents the bottoms of the stair stringers from flexing and going outward. And so it's just kind of helps to improve the stability of the stairway. Right now we are talking about the homeowner is wanting to add another window to the side of the garage, and so we're just determining a good location, one that doesn't have foundation bolts and will complement the window next to it. Now we're ripping down some boards that we need to use to space the stair stringers out. We put an 1.25 inch board along the stringers running down the wall studs, and then we fasten the stair stringers to those. And what that does is it lets us have space to put a 1/2 inch sheetrock and a 3/4 inch trim board along the side of the stairs. And so when we do that, it's already set to go, and all we have to do is just slip things in instead of having to cut everything out. It makes it much easier to install. So you see that I'm cutting joists and putting them in place. Everything's coming along pretty nicely here. I think I'm going to put up about 3 or so more joists. Going to get the ladder out of the way here in a second. Okay, so right now Mitch is cutting all the stair treads, and then I'm setting them in place. And then Mitch will come back with the liquid nails subfloor adhesive, and he's gonna glue the steps all down in place and then screw them on to the stair stringers. So he has a drill bit with a countersink tip on it, and that runs the screws down nicely into the boards. And we're going over a couple more details with the homeowner. Oh wait, no, that's not the homeowner. That is one of the friendly neighbors coming by to inspect things. We have several people that like to drop in and chat and see what progress is happening. People love to come by and see what's up, and it's fine. We enjoy a little break every once in a while. Okay, so he's done, and I'm going to relocate the camera up onto a platform piece of plywood that I have set up in the corner, so you can see the view of what we've got done so far on the floor framing for the upstairs. Right now I am putting on a couple of metal straps that need to be installed. So I'm nailing those away, and then when I get to the beam I switch to 3-inch nails for that. So I have a little palm nailer that I use to nail those in. It's quick and much easier on the hammer swinging arm. Little palm nailer, it's one of the best inventions that ever came along for hammering nails in. Good for tight locations. And Mitch is still working on the stairs. And then right now what I am doing is I am putting some 6-inch timberlock bolts through the stair stringers and into the wall studs. So I put 5 of those on each side, and those are going to make a good strong attachment to the wall studs and prevent any flex from happening. The timberlock bolts are much more stable than just nails are. So right now I'm making some blocks that I need to install where I'm at there so that I can put the last hanger up. Okay, so now I've got the cameras moved upstairs there. I'm gonna try to get past Mitch and reposition it. There, now you'll be able to watch Mitch do the last couple of steps. There's the glue, there's the riser, now he's got the tread, riser, tread, riser, tread, riser, and tread. Then he's got to adjust the height of that last riser, and he's done. And so now we're going to be working on getting some more plywood flooring laid out on the upstairs. So we've been working the beam there. We have to hit down the hangers to get the joists flush to the top of the beam. So I've got my sledgehammer and I am smacking down the tops of the hangers to drop the height about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. And so once I get all the hangers set in place, then we'll start applying subfloor adhesive on top of the joists and the beam down the center, and then lay the tongue and groove plywood over that. And there, now I am applying subfloor adhesive. And there goes the sheet of plywood. Then we use a sledgehammer with a beater block, piece of 2x4, so that we can smack the groove into the tongue of the piece behind it and interlock the two together. And there's the next one, and there's a couple of whacks with the sledgehammer, And it is in place and ready to nail. Okay, so Mitch has that one nailed down. Now I am back to working on installing a couple of more joist hangers. I think Mitch is taking no, Mitch had to run to Dunn Lumber, I think. But it could be an executive break. So this video pretty much covers the entire day of work. I just set the tripod up there with the GoPro on it, and then I have it set to take one picture every half second. And it's taking the pictures in 4K resolution. And so it does a pretty good job. It's fun to watch these time-lapse videos because you get to see stuff happening. So Mitch is just going to hand a bunch of sheets of plywood up. And so I am over installing, putting 3-inch nails in the hangers on that side, and then I'll come back with the, actually I think I have the hammer with me, and I am adjusting the height of the hangers again there. I'm hitting the hangers down to get the joists flush to the beam. That way the plywood will transition smoothly. Okay, Mitch has got to run and get some stuff. Mitch likes his 67 GTO. He found that in a field near Susanville, California. It was all oxidized, not running, and he restored the entire thing all by himself. And we are back from our GTO break. There's the homeowner's little dog Captain running around. He's got the upstairs figured out very quickly. I think he has his tennis ball up here at some point. He loves his tennis ball. Right now we're discussing trees and the deck location. The deck will be, you can see French doors on the left edge of the screen. So there's a deck off the house level there that we haven't even started on that yet. Okay, and so I'm just finishing working on the hangers over in that section. I have to do some special work over there. Busy work. There's always a area where it requires a lot of work to get just a little bit of progress, and that's what I'm working on over in that corner. Okay, so Mitch is putting up some blocking, and that blocking is required to be there because that's a shear wall, and they want to have the first joist bay next to the wall reinforced and stiffened with that blocking. Okay, and I'm still working in this corner here. Have to grab an assortment of tools and glue. So I've already done most of the stuff that I had to do in there, and now I'm just finishing it up. Okay, and so and that is it for the day. Cleaning it up, and here comes my end of day narration. Okay, so we had a pretty good day today. We got a lot of stuff done. Let me take you upstairs and show you. I have the tripod here. First off, we got all the hangers in. And you can see that we have a bunch of decking glued and nailed down. Then we have our stairs built, and we have this here is just a piece of rim joist that we've ripped down to 3 inches, and what this is for is it stands the stair stringer off the wall 1.25 inches, which is for 1/2 inch sheetrock and the 3/4 inch trim board that goes down along the stairs. So that makes it easy for us to install the sheetrock and the trim board on the side of the stairs. So you can see the rise and run of the stairs is about 11.5 by 7. So this is the upstairs. See, we have blocking that we have to put in on the first joist bay between a wall rim joist and walls above. So we've gone down here, and all these joists are fastened in. That piece of plywood over there is for some of the camera views you see. I set the tripod up on top of that and then just leave it for a couple of hours in time-lapse mode, and we get some pretty good shots out of it. Up here you see the 835 Simpson clips or steel brackets, and those are required along all the shear walls to securely hold the rim joist down to the wall. And there are some other brackets that will be going in there too. This here wall is actually going to have 1/2 inch plywood all the way up on this, and that is part of a shear wall that goes all the way up to the girder truss in the roof directly above it. So, very good day today. Okay, I'm gonna head home and do it all again tomorrow.